Namaskar. I am Soma Senroy from India Meteorological Department, and today we will discuss the weekly weather during the past 1 week, which is from 21st to 27th of March 2024. We'll also discuss the weather during the upcoming weeks, next 2 weeks up to 11th April 2024. If you see the weather during the last 1 week, you will note that the main weather was over East India. I'll show the severe weather in later slides, but to give a brief about the synoptic systems, there was a east-west trough in the lower levels over East India for 3 days of the week. There was also very intense cyclonic circulation with on 1 or 2 of the days it extended up to upper tropospheric levels. On other days it extended, there was a trough aloft up to upper tropospheric levels, and this cyclonic circulation moved from Jharkhand towards East Assam. Ahead of this trough there was a lot of convergence and there was thunderstorm activity. The third factor was the anticyclone over the Bay of Bengal. This is a seasonal feature and it oscillates throughout the bay during this season. During the last 1 week, this anticyclone was over North Bay of Bengal. So if you see the weather also, it mainly happened over East and Northeast India associated with this anticyclone. The fourth factor for the weather, thunderstorm activity and rainfall during this last 1 week was the jet core of the subtropical westerly jet. This was situated over East India and the low level convergence was very favorable for Northeast and East India. If you see Northwest India, there were 3 consecutive western disturbances. The last one is currently going on. The first 2 western disturbances were distinctive in the fact that they were very fast moving western disturbances. They maximum 2 days, if you see in the week, they were seen over the Indian region. The last one, which has started to affect the Indian region from 27th of March, this is ongoing and it is likely to cause severe weather in the form of thunderstorms and heavy rainfall over northwest India during the upcoming 1 week. Over peninsular India, there was a north-south trough, wind discontinuity. This is also a seasonal feature, and associated with that, there was some thunderstorm activity over Kerala and South Tamil Nadu. If you see the rainfall pattern during the last 1 week, you will note that these 3 types of weather systems gave activity in 3 different regions of the country. The South Peninsular Indian rainfall, mainly over Kerala, if you see, on 2 or 3 days of the week, it was due to the north-south trough. However, there was not much moisture supplied to the trough because the anticyclone, as I said, was further north. So this activity was very limited in scope. Northwest India, the 3 western disturbances, the first 2, if you note, were very fast-moving western disturbances, not much rainfall activity. Whereas the main activity was focused on East India and Northeast India. While in terms of rainfall, if you see, the heavy rainfall is over East and Northeast India, but as you can see, it was not a very widespread rainfall activity. What was more significant was the thunderstorm and hailstorm activity, which is a very severe weather and has disastrous effect on the general public. If you see thunderstorm activity, that was focused again, as I have mentioned, associated with the western disturbance over Rajasthan, western Himalayan region and West UP, isolated places. Mainly it was focused on East, Central, East and Northeast India and 1 or 2 days over Kerala. Associated with this, the severity, if you measure for this thunderstorm activity, it was most severe over East Central and East India. Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Gangetic West Bengal received hail on 1 of the days. So this rainfall and thunderstorm activity, like I said, was focused mostly over East India, and that can be seen in the subdivision scale rainfall cumulative for the last 1 week. it is above normal rainfall mainly over east and northeast India, and it is large deficient to deficient rainfall over west, north and south peninsular India. But if you see the seasonal picture, this particular activity over east northeast India is a continuation of activity during the previous week over central India. So the thunderstorm, the rainfall activity, if you see overall, it is not very deficient over central India, and over East India also it continues to be, seasonal cumulative also continues to be above normal. The other factor during this season is the temperature. This is the maximum temperature plots, the actual mean value during the week and the mean maximum temperature anomaly, minimum temperature and its anomaly, and the mean temperature and its anomaly. This is the weekly mean. So if you see temperatures over the entire country in terms of anomaly was very close to zero. So it was within plus minus 2. So heat wave conditions were not realized throughout the week, except today. We have received, that means yesterday's maximum temperatures indicate that we have touched the threshold of heat wave conditions over southwest Rajasthan and warm night conditions, that means high minimum temperature values over North Gujarat, Madhya Maharashtra and Marathwada. In terms of, if you summarize the rainfall, if you note the rain, coming back to the rainfall, east and northeast India has been mainly east and northeast India has been 84% above normal. Seasonal total is of course just normal, but if you see the central India, that too is a positive deficiency, and in the seasonal cumulative total it is more than 100% above the rainfall. If you see in terms of area, while this week did not receive much rainfall over large parts of the country, seasonal rainfall, if you see, it has been around 50% of the country has received normal to excess rainfall during the week. Coming to the weather systems during this upcoming week, like I said, the third western disturbance is ongoing. Since 27th, it has started to affect the Indian region. So this western disturbance is currently along 56 degree east to the north of 22 degree north. What it means is that ahead of this western disturbance, there is convergence and associated cloudiness mainly over currently over northwest India, and there is also induced cyclonic circulation over North Rajasthan. So these two weather systems, and as this western disturbance moves eastwards, it is like the convergence is likely to increase, and these two weather systems are likely to cause heavy rainfall over Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and a lot of thunderstorm activity accompanied by hailstorms, mainly over Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and North Rajasthan. So this particular weather system, as it moves eastwards, and again the role of the anticyclone will become clearer, it is likely to because the cyclonic circulation over Assam is persisting, and because of these weather systems, towards the latter part of the week, we are likely to get a lot more rainfall and thunderstorm activity over east and northeast India. This is the weather warning for the next 5 days. As you can see, we have given light thunderstorm activity warning with a yellow alert for today, but tomorrow onwards we are expecting the western disturbance to move closer, and thunderstorm activity, along with that hailstorms, rainfall, heavy rainfall is likely over Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, for which we have given orange alert on day 2, that is 29th of March 2024. day 3, which is 30th March, we have given orange alert, but this is not entirely due to heavy rainfall. Over Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, it will continue, but we are expecting hailstorms, mainly over Punjab, Haryana and Uttarakhand, because of which orange alert has been issued to these states. If you see day 4, which is 31st of March 2024, we expect the rainfall activity to decrease, and from 1st of April, we expect the rainfall and thunderstorm activity to shift to east and northeast India. If you see the extended range forecast, this is again reflective of, the first week is reflective of what I've just said. The anticyclone is likely to move back to northern parts of the Bay of Bengal. The jet core will be favorable, and this westerly trough, as it moves eastwards, it will become favorable for heavy rainfall and thunderstorm activity over northeast India. We are also expecting, like I said, 2 days in the week, we are expecting heavy rainfall over Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh. The other thing, if you note, in terms of anomaly, if you note that peninsular India is likely to get above normal rainfall. It is not very significant in terms of actual amounts, but this rainfall is because of the north-south trough that was mentioned. Week 2 is likely to be very similar to week 1, except that the rainfall is likely to be lower than week 1, and the corresponding anomalies are also going to be, it is not likely to be very significantly positive over the western Himalayan region. So this is exactly what I have mentioned, and there is a possibility of very heavy rainfall over Arunachal Pradesh and Assam Meghalaya, especially around 31st March to 1st April 2024. In terms of temperature, this is the forecast maximum temperature, and for week 1, and this is for week 2. As I have said, that although the north-south trough is not very significant in terms of the rainfall, but there has been, because of the moisture incursion, we do not expect much rise in temperature over peninsular India. And minimum temperature, if you note, it is mainly East India which is likely to get, the East Peninsular coast which is likely to get above normal minimum temperature values. Correspondingly, we expect heat wave conditions, but only in isolated places, mainly over West Madhya Pradesh today, and we expect heat wave conditions over interior Karnataka on 28th and 29th, and Vidarbha, that means we'll be getting it tomorrow and the day after, which is 29th and 30th. Hot and humid conditions will persist, mainly over the peninsular states, Rayalaseema, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and we also expect warm night conditions over Gujarat, Marathwada and Madhya Maharashtra. In week 2, as I said, that there will be consecutive western disturbances during the week 2 also. Correspondingly, we expect that the maximum temperature will be below normal over most parts of northwest, west, central and northeast India, and above normal over remaining parts of the country. Minimum temperature is likely to be slightly above normal, mainly over peninsular India during the week. If you see heat wave, we are expecting heat wave, like I said, with some low possibility, mainly over Vidarbha during the first week, and of course heat wave we have given for West MP, but only in isolated places. So West Madhya Pradesh and some parts of Madhya Maharashtra, Marathwada, only isolated pockets it's likely. Week 2, heat wave is likely to start up over East India. This is something with of course low probability we are predicting. There is no cyclogenesis likely during the week, because this is as is shown by our extended range forecast during the next 2 weeks. There is no likelihood of tropical cyclone genesis over the North Indian Ocean. Thank you. Please follow us on the Mausam app, Damini for lightning, Meghdut app, Twitter, and keep following our forecasts. We are at your service. Namaskar.